So instead of the children's story today, we're going to have a missionary story because in April, we had 5 of us from this church. We were blessed to be able to go to Jamaica on a mission trip with the conference, and we were never able to share out with the church. So we would like to share our experiences with you and just the blessing that it was to have 5 of us be able to travel. And so there should be some pictures up there. Can you guys see them? Okay. So I'm kind of looking on my phone, and I will give Tom a cue. All right, so the first thing, I'm actually go down here. It's easier. Okay, so we were able to travel in April. I don't know if you knew this, but the church travels the 3rd week every April, and they choose a different country. It depends on the need of the country. So I've been on 5 mission trips. We've been to Costa Rica. The conference has been to Africa, all over the world, South America. We went to Costa Rica one year. We went to Haiti twice. And this year we were able to go to Jamaica. And so these 2 young ladies, my daughter Nalani, I don't know if you know her, and Evangeline, and myself and Jerry were able to go with a group of about 40. So this was the first page, and if you take a look at the first page, on the top, that was the large group that traveled, and the president of the conference was able to come and pray for us. We always have shirts that match the country that we're going to travel to and the flag. If you look on the bottom, that was our flight. It wasn't that bad. It was about 4 hours. And then the other picture, it was a blessing. When we got to the airport, the person that was working with us, helping us get our luggage, was Adventist. And so when he saw our shirts had a Jamaican flag, and it stated that we were Adventist. He was so excited. He couldn't believe that such a large group was there, and he prayed for us for safety and for our mission during that week, and it was just amazing. He was just so honored that we would visit his country to help during that week. If you take a look, we have many, many things that we do during that week. One of them is to build a church. Well, that was the mission in Jamaica. There are many, many Adventist churches in Jamaica, and some big and some small. And so we always count on the people of the country that we're traveling to tell us what they would like. Would they like a help in their village? Would they like a help with a church? Would they like help building a school? And so our mission in Jamaica was to help build the church. We also taught in the schools. I'm a teacher. I've been an educator for almost 20 years, so that's what I do when I travel. We also did some vacation Bible school. So we started off with about maybe less than 20 kids, and we always end up with more than 100. Because we go into the neighborhoods, which is my favorite part. I love going into the neighborhoods. We do evangelism on Sabbath, AY. Everybody that's from another country knows what it's like in churches. You're in church all day. You go to Sabbath school, you have the sermon, you eat together, you have AY, and then you have a social at night. And so that was a good part about traveling, was the fellowship. We were able to go into the neighborhoods, and all the little kids started word of mouth. We started with 20, we probably ended up with 100 kids by the end of the week. We also had some outreach, so we always take care of community needs depending on what the country, they tell us. We say, what do you need? Do you need help with building, painting? Do you need help with providing water, clothing? It really depends on where we're traveling. And then also the biggest part is the kids that from the conference, they're able to take on leadership roles and preach. And so we have a pastor there that we had about 3 pastors from the conference that went, and they really take on, they help the kids grow, to become the future leaders of our church, and they are able to preach every night. Someone else takes a turn, and it's great to see the kids take on those preaching roles. There was a typical Jamaican breakfast, very, very, very good. And so we were eating Jamaican breakfast every day, very different from our food here. Our food is very sugary, and I would say processed. And so over there in Jamaica, everything is like the natural juices, a lot of fruits. And so that was the dish that we would have in the middle. That was the first day. We were preparing for the week. We were lucky it was a small hotel, but we had a pool, which was very nice. It wasn't very big, but the kids were able to enjoy. This was the first Sabbath, because we got there kind of like Thursday evening, and we were able to prepare on Friday. If you take a look at Nalani and Evangeline, they were there, and we were outside because it's very, very warm in Jamaica. And so we had the chairs in the shade, and we were able to do a craft with the kids and sing, and a lot of movement with the kids during Sabbath school. And so our kids, who are usually shy, were able to get out of their comfort zone and fellowship and run Sabbath school. Here's the other page before I pass it on to the young ladies. Because I was teaching at the school and it was walking distance from a church that we were at, we had a church painting project. We were going to fix the grounds of the church as well with landscaping, painting, and all of that. And so those were kids from our conference. We team up with people from the church, and it's amazing to see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, people from the church come out. They're there helping us paint. The kids come after school. They're tired from school all day, and they're there helping us. They're painting, they're landscaping with us, and that heat in Jamaica is no joke. It is so warm, but it's amazing to see how everyone comes together and to show their skills. We had a lot of artists from the conference, and they were able to paint the front of the church, even like with lettering and things like that, and that was just one of our things. All right, I'm gonna move it on to our young ladies here because they were part of the construction team and I wasn't.
Good morning, church. Happy Sabbath. So Evie and I were both part of the construction group, and every day it was so hot. We worked really hard, and I thought it was truly a blessing to work there because not only was it just us, but it was also people from the community that helped us. So my favorite part of it was the teamwork that we all had, but also the community that was there would make us lunch, and we truly were blessed by them to be able to create this church. And it started by just the foundation, and they ended up being able to have church the week after we left. So what would have taken them like 3 months to build, 4 months, it took us 10 days to build. And we, thank the Lord, got the church ready for them, so now they are able to have a good Sabbath every Sabbath.
Just really quickly before we switch the page, something amazing about that is that a lot of people that are non-Adventists come to help us. People from the community, young, old, little, and they always comment on that our children are evangelizing and preaching just by their actions. And so a lot of things they say is like, oh my gosh, these kids are great. Why do they like leave their home and come here like to help us? And we're like, no, like we're not doing a blessing for you, you're doing a blessing for us. And just the way they behave with each other is just it's wonderful to see. They comment on, wow, our kids are so well behaved, our youth, why are these young people coming here? And that's a big impact. Even if our youth doesn't say, they don't say one word, they're not in the front preaching, just their actions and their act of service is a big a blessing for them and for us. Because I was at the school, I'm just going to cover this page. So everyone's in uniform, so cute, right? All the little kids. The classes are huge in Jamaica, and so it started from maybe like preschool. The kids were about 3, and then it maybe went up to, I'm going to say maybe like right before middle school. So the kids were like maybe 10, 11. And so I was able to go into the schools, and it was nice. Their teachers left, and they were like, you take over. and so there was no AC in the schools. It was very, very hot. We were able to have lunch with the kids and do crafts with them and teach them, they had their little notebooks and everything like that. And then also while we were there, we were able to kind of like remodel their school, not like with building and stuff like that, but it was like paint, and we did little projects, and we did involve the children because it's their school. And so if you look on the bottom, we kind of did a mural with them, and so the kids were super excited that we had them come out and help us. I was like, this is your school, you need to make it look beautiful, and let's have them participate in the project as well. Evie, you want to talk about VBS?
Sure. Personally, since we were split into groups, we were construction, so I didn't get to go to the school and work with the kids, but we were definitely able to have that experience even at VBS programs and AY programs, there were children everywhere, and we got to like meet a whole bunch of little kids and hang out with them, and we participated in arts and crafts and little like sermon stories with them, and it was really fun to be able to, meet new children, and just they were adorable.
They would be in school all day, and they would go straight from school to VBS because they were so excited to be with us and spend time with us. And so we would teach them about an animal. We'd have like a nature part, a health part. We also would do a craft with them, and then we would just let them play games. We had the pastor jumping rope with us of the church. He was jumping rope. We were doing bubbles. One thing that they love in Jamaica is soccer. So we would, or football. And so we would play soccer with the kids, and it was like massive 50 kids playing soccer, everybody's running after one ball. But it was really, really great to be able to have crafts. That's something that they're going to remember forever. If you take a look at the pictures, those are crafts that we made with those kids. Want to talk about our day off?
Yes. So our day off happened to land on my birthday. I went for my birthday week to go to the mission trip, and I got to have the day off while having fun with all the people that I went with, and it was like really pretty and nice. We went to this falls that connected to this beautiful beach, and we got to go around in the area and have more local foods and see more people, and it was really fun experience that after a whole week of hard work and labor in the sun that we were really privileged to be able to go visit this really beautiful, clear water area, and it was
One
really
funny
fun.
story is we were eating vegan the whole week. We were vegan in Jamaica, and so during our day off, what do you think our youth were doing? Looking for the curry goat and Jamaican patties, and so we had a lot of Jamaican patties that day. But yes, we were able to go to Dunn's River Falls, so we work very, very hard. It's going to be like the hardest labor that these kids do, but they always have one day for us to enjoy, so we were able to go to Dunn's River, and if you take a look, it's these beautiful waterfalls. It's in nature, and it's just a natural waterfall that leads into the ocean, and so the kids were able to have a good time and relax after their hard work. Nalani, you want to talk about our social?
Yes. So fellowship, typically on a typical day, we would go at night to the church, and the kids usually in construction would go, and we would have a kid preach or Pastor Danny preach. But on this slide, it was our last day that we were there, and it wasn't our typical fellowship because we worshiped the Lord by dancing and singing a lot of songs, and it was really fun. We'd all get in a circle, and we danced together, and we just came together, and it was truly a blessing to be there.
So there was about almost 200 people at that social. And so a bunch of youth and people got together. We got to play games, and this was like the best social I've ever been to. And so they fed us very well. We had snow cones and Jamaican patties, and we had like other, fried foods and treats, and then we were there till almost midnight. It was wonderful, so fun. Everybody was involved, kids, elderly. We had a portion in the church as well, and so it was super fun. And there is our group from our church. So if you take a look, that was Jerry. He's not here today, but Evangeline's dad, myself, Emil, who's not here, he's at the camporee, and then Evie and Nalani. Want to talk about the last page, girls?
Okay, so this was my first mission trip. I'd never been before, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, and I was going in there with not having met anyone. The only people I knew was Nani and Celia and my father, and Emil, of course. So the only people I knew were from the church that I went to, so I got to meet a lot of new people, which is a little scary, but I ended up just like the community that we built there. Everybody just got so close so fast. Everybody was just so caring, and there wasn't anything somebody wouldn't do for another person that was there. It was just really amazing, and we continued to come together even after for other church events. We still see each other. Our group just got really close, and even with the people that we met in Jamaica. Some people from our group still kept contact, and they still, on socials and stuff, still speak to, and we can just see about how they're doing over there. And it just was a really amazing experience to build a community like that.
So this is my second mission trip. So in my first mission trip, I met a lot of people, and it wasn't as much as I met when we went to Jamaica, but I am still friends with people from my first mission trip who did not go to Jamaica. But it's going to 2 mission trips. It was really great for me because I made a lot of church friends, and when you go to a public school, you don't really talk to a lot of people about God. No one really knows God. So meeting these people, like being able to hang out, but on a Saturday and going to church, and you don't have to say like, oh, I can't go because I'm going to church. You can worship God with them, and it's just the best friends to have, and we are still friends with all of them, and we do see all of them still, and it's truly a blessing from the Lord.
So I hope you liked us. We wanted to share our experience with you, and if you're interested in going, you could always ask me. There were a couple rumors of where we're going this year, and I'm always like, where are we going? Because I love to travel, and so it's a lot of work, but if that's something that you wanted to do, you can always talk to me. The conference always will have some type of flyer as well, because it's always in April. And so, yeah, I just hope you enjoyed, and have a happy Sabbath. So the rumor was either Taiwan, Cape Verde, or Panama, and I think right now the runner-up is Taiwan. So that's going to be a long flight, but a lot of fun. So I'll keep you updated. Happy Sabbath, everyone.